I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you.
Hey guys, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy, and today I'm doing a pick a card all about what is the future of this love connection. So this should be a really insightful reading, and I'm so glad you're here today. Keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's so good to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a member of my tribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate you guys being here. Before you see 3 cards. These are your psychic linking objects for each group. I will be pulling cards as I go. There's also a bit of a pre-shuffle as well, but they're not part of the psychic linking object picking process. I will be pulling charms, initials, and letters at the end of each group as well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you each card up close so you can get a better vibe of each group. Group 1, you are the Maiden. Group 2, you are the Starborn. Group 3, you are the Siren. Okay guys, so those are the 3 groups to select from. I will include a little video with some background music for you guys who need a little bit more time to chill out and see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, there probably is more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. I'm falling fast, sitting here praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Hey Group 1, all of you that selected the Maiden, this is your reading all about the future of your love connection. So keep in mind this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Now these are the other cards that came out for you in the pre-shuffle. Now the Maiden here is about blossoming sexuality. It's about also room for growth. It's the Mother Maiden Crone threefold goddess imagery as well. So this is about wild, abandoned kind of energy. I'm picking up on this intuitively as well. Also, I'm feeling a lot of Aphrodite, goddess Aphrodite energy here, love energy with the maiden, young love, new love as well, passionate love. So let's see what else came out in this pre-shuffle. What is the future of your connection? So I feel like your connection is passionate, okay? It may be new, it may be fresh, or it may feel fresh, it may feel young. There's something very sensual about it. You guys have a sensual connection as well. Let's keep going. We have transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So I feel like there could be some issues here with this connection, and things are about to switch up, okay? We have your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. So there's something about this connection that seems to require courage, okay? We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Okay, so I'm feeling like there's a feeling of chaos here. Okay, let's get some more energy. It feels like courage in chaos, transformation, issues here, a lot to learn. So you guys are still learning about each other. There's been some issues. We have soulmate, but you feel very connected to one another. There's definitely a deeper connection. We have you deserve love. You are lovable. Okay, so it feels like one of the partners or both of the partners may be struggling to accept love or to believe this is real, or to act in more loving ways. We have abundance here. Okay, so I'm feeling like one of the issues here may be that there is an abundance of love, but there's also a lack of communication of that love. Also, I'm feeling like a lot of vital energy, a lot of sexual energy as well. We have the mystic. We have the detective. Okay, so I'm getting that vibe here, and we're getting servant. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these three tarot. We have the Two of Wands, and I want you to notice on this Two of Wands, there's a doorway, okay? Then we have the Chariot, so there's motion, balance, and victory. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, okay? That's a strong bond, family bond, okay? So this is an exciting bond. Okay, this is a bond that is changing and morphing. Now, I can't deny with the Ten of Pentacles here that there's definitely energy for long term. Okay, definitely energy for long term. However, there are issues, you guys. There is some playful energy here, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But the maiden here is going to make mistakes. There's going to be mistakes made. There may already be mistakes made because there's a feeling here of I deserve love. I deserve to feel loved. I deserve to feel like you love me. I deserve to have loving affirmations said to me or communicated to me, okay? And I feel like with servant here, I feel like there's someone who just adores. There's adoration here. But there's a lack of expression of the adoration, okay? And there's a mystic kind of vibe. I feel like the feminine energy feels very mystical to the masculine energy. We all have these energies internally. It's not gender, okay? But there we have the detective. And so I feel like there is one energy that has felt a need to kind of watch the other one because of a lack of trust. Okay, and it could be that it's just part of this maiden energy. They haven't had enough experience, or they've had a lot of bad experiences that have led them to this place where they just don't trust people. So they're always watching. They're always watching and waiting for something bad to happen or to be messed over by someone because there's this you deserve love going on in the background. We have toxic, this is blocks, okay? Sex tape, sex lies, and video. They extort people and control by using sexual photographs which were initially shared privately. Okay, so as a blocking energy, how I read this is that there definitely was a trust. This feels like the feminine, but like I said, it's not gender. Trusted someone, was obviously vulnerable. It may be this exact thing where they trusted somebody with pictures and they were shared and blah, blah, blah. Okay. However, for most of you, it feels like somebody was vulnerable to someone else. They trusted them and was deeply betrayed. Okay. And that is where this you deserve love and this courage comes into play. Okay. And that's why we have the detective here. Okay. And what I'm feeling is advice here is you're going to have to be real careful with that energy. Because this kind of detective energy with mistrust can really mess up a good relationship. Okay, because it's almost like a fulfilling prophecy. You start getting paranoid or you double check things and you don't find anything, and then one day you start finding things. And it may not be what it appears, but you feel your heart sink. You already go there mentally, emotionally, and once you go there, as someone who's been betrayed myself, it's very hard to pull yourself back, isn't it? And if you look hard enough for dirt, you might find some, okay? Some that isn't exactly what you think it is, all right? And I feel like this need to dig, this need to be a detective, you got to ask yourself, here's the deal. Either you're going to trust the soulmate or you're not, okay? Because eventually everybody shows their true self, okay? They can't hide it forever. Just like you can't hide your true self, they can't hide their true self. If you guys are truly soulmates, you will reveal yourself to each other through time. Okay? You may not like what you find. They may not like what they find either. There'll be things about each other that you don't like. Okay? But I get that this free yourself has to do with this need to kind of go behind and check things, to always wonder, are they cheating? Are they talking to somebody? Am I enough? I deserve love. I deserve love. Why am I not receiving the love that I need? It's almost like this micromanaging, okay? I feel like if you can release this energy, and I know it's hard and it will be difficult at first to release this energy, I feel like there will be a transformation of this relationship where the bond will grow stronger and a new doorway will open to this 10 of Pentacles, okay? This foundational relationship where this could be very long-term. 10 of Pentacles is family. It's family foundations, long-term, you know. It doesn't happen overnight. We have the Chariot here. Motion forward. I feel like what is holding up this relationship is a trust issue. Okay, it's a deep trust issue. There's somebody here who is going to have to leap a little, okay, and it's going to feel uncomfortable. Okay, tell me more about any blocks in this relationship. Tell me more. We have toxic, plays house in a plastic home, pretends to be family material by doing the deed, but can't build a foundation based on physical interactions alone. Okay, so that's where the you deserve love comes in. You're not feeling the deeper connection here. The physical connection is popping. Okay, y'all got that going. The chemistry is hot, but the emotional maturity isn't here. And with the 10 of Pentacles, I'm feeling like that's time. That's going to take time, honey. This isn't going to happen overnight. Okay, so the best thing that you can do is lighten up. Lighten up this energy. Stop wondering, stop searching, stop digging for dirt. Listen, honey, listen to me. Listen to Auntie Amy. If there's dirt there, it's going to rise to the surface. Okay, you're going to see it. It's going to be revealed in due time. All right, and I'm going to tell you something. If you have this much doubt about your person, then I need you to reflect if this is your person. Okay, you don't need to live your life being paranoid about your partner. If you are paranoid that your partner is going to cheat on you or mess you over in some way, then there's some serious work that you need to do. Because it feels like trying to fit two puzzle pieces together that don't mix. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of patience required here. There's a lot of letting go and allowing the universe to reveal to you the truth of this relationship, allowing the energies to transform and deepen naturally instead of forcing it, and knowing that this will happen on its own. And there's an abundant energy here. We have 10 of Pentacles and abundance here. This is a very fertile connection. We don't have the Empress here, but I'm feeling a very fertile connection. I feel with the Servant, I feel adoration. There's just a lack of communication, okay? And that's going to take time with emotional maturity, and with knowing each other, learning to trust each other more. And no matter what you do, you can't speed that process up, because everybody learns to trust everybody else in different ways on their own time, their own clock, okay, their own sense of time. It may take you 3 days to learn to trust somebody, and it may take someone else 3 years, okay? It all depends on where we are in our journeys, okay? So it's very important that you hold space for that and understand, this detective energy can be destructive. So just keep that in mind. It can really tear apart a wonderful relationship. There is a lot of passion here. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of love. And there's a powerful doorway opening. We have the package, the gift, naughty. Yeah, there's definitely sexual attraction here, okay? And intense, passionate chemistry. I do feel love here, but there's a sense here of holding it back, of not really giving. And I think it has to do with this detective energy, you guys. So let's get you guys some letters, initials, and some charms. Okay, group 1, these are going to be your letters, your initials, and your charms. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I'm focusing all my energy on this. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a black mirror in the middle, and that's where I'm focusing all my energy. So everything else that fell outside, I'm not focusing on. So I'm going to go ahead and read your initials for you. We have KBOCHTGHAZAY. Okay, we have the number 2 that came out in a dice. So 22 twos are going to be a sign of alignment for you. We have a bunch of charms here. I feel overwhelmed. We have a couple of big hearts here. We have an eye with a heart with an eye in it. I'm watching you. Somebody's really paying attention to the other person. That paranoia, it really can manifest some pain. Okay, the need to watch your person like a hawk, it can really manifest that thing which you're trying to avoid. So try to get that in check, okay? I feel like there's a need here to protect yourself and ask yourself, why are you watching them so much? Why are you spending so much energy watching this person and trying to stay ahead of them as far as that, if you're doing that, okay? Because there's something, I'm seeing something fractured within the lower chakra, like the root chakra, where you don't feel like you're enough or you're deserving. You can't relax in love, feeling overwhelmed in love, confused as well. We have a car here. We have a red car. I'm feeling a lot of motion. Once we're able to let go of this need to make sure that this person is telling you the truth, okay? Here's the thing. You're just going to have to let go. You're just going to have to let go and trust your journey. Trust whatever unfolds for you is meant to be. You're meant to come across it. You're meant to deal with it, even though at times it's extremely painful. Okay, because I feel the pain here. I definitely feel that there has been some heartbreak. And so of course you don't want to feel heartbreak again. So you're trying to prevent that. And sometimes when we're trying to prevent it, we actually cause ourselves to have more heartbreak, because your partner is wondering, why don't you trust me? I'm not that person before. I'm not that situation before. I'm a different person. Now, if this person has actually cheated on you, then that's a whole other story. There's a whole other situation going on here, okay? That is a different reading than this one, okay? But I'm talking about this person has never really done anything to cause you to doubt them, but you feel something's off. Perhaps the feeling that you're feeling is off is you, because you don't trust yourself, okay? here's the thing. We have a bag, we have a plane, we have this car. I feel like there is an idealized vision of a relationship here, of happily ever after, a little bit of a fairy book, fairy tale, romanticized idea of what love looks like. And honey, I want to tell you that love isn't like the fairy tales. Love isn't even like how people project it to be. You know, people project the relationships to be so perfect, and they have the money, they have the car, and they have perfect happiness, and everything's peachy keen. Behind closed doors, things are not what they seem. Okay, so that isn't real. Those relationships 9 times out of 10 are not real. And what you want is a real relationship that's based in reality, based in truth and authenticity. Okay. And I feel like it's possible for you to have this. But with the broom here, I feel like there's a lot of clearing to do. There's a lot of clearing of your own fear, of your own doubt in yourself, of you not believing that you're worthy of more than just the bare minimum. Okay. So I feel like a question for you is, what is the bare minimum? And what is more than the bare minimum? Okay. So if someone was to meet your bare minimum and that was to make you happy, what would that look like? Because we have this card over here, you're worthy of love. So bare minimum and then above that, okay? There needs to be a conversation about you becoming more comfortable and more secure in your relationship and what you need to make that happen. Because if you felt more secure in your relationship, you wouldn't necessarily go behind someone and check and make sure everything they said is true, or checking to see if they're cheating on you, etc. So I feel like group one, there are some conversations that need to be had. There is communication, just like there needs to be communication of love, of loving gestures and things like that. There also needs to be communication of needs, of desires, of wants, of expectations in the relationship, so that you can come together for this 10 of Pentacles, this long-term situation. If that's what you're aiming for, then that is where you kind of have to go in order to make that long-term manifest for you. All right. But it's very important to understand that these things take time, and you don't want to have these conversations from a reactionary place. You want to have these conversations from a considerate place where you have thought about it, where you have reflected on your own issues and understand that, you know, it can look like you may be insecure if you're checking on their phone all the time or whatever, and you understand how that might look. And it's not that necessarily you don't trust them as much as it's a reflection on how you feel about yourself. Have those conversations, but have them when you're clear about the conversation and not when you're feeling reactive, if that makes sense. All right, group one, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, all of you that selected the Starborn, this is going to be your reading all about what is the future of this love connection. Now, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right, so the Starborn, this is a very special card. I feel like this has the energy of being born with a purpose, feeling a higher calling, feeling a destiny. So you or your person may resonate with like embodying your higher self, or being spiritually gifted or creatively gifted. There's something gifted about one or both of you in this connection. It's a very special connection. Okay, so let's see what other cards came out for you, and I will be pulling more cards as I need to. And we'll be getting letters and charms and initials at the end of the reading, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Okay, we have beware of what you are projecting. The qualities you admire in one another are the qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Okay, so you're reflecting things back and forth to one another. You're catalyzing each other for growth. Okay? All right, let's get some love cards here. We have playfulness. Okay, feeling a playful connection. Let your friends help you. Okay, I'm feeling like soul tribe energy here. I'm going to put this one up here. They're both so weirdly shaped. So let's put it up here. Okay. So I'm feeling like soul tribe here. Give your relationship a chance. Okay. So for some of you, I feel like you're becoming frustrated in this connection. Passion. But there's passion. You're becoming frustrated, but there's passion. Okay. Maybe it's not going as smoothly as you like, but it's playful. There's friendship here. But there's something about this connection that is troubling. It's frustrating. Okay, let's keep going and get into some more of these cards. We have Adventure. Okay, there's that Starborn energy. We have Artist. Okay, that creative energy. We have Damsel. Okay, and we have Knight. Okay, we have the Damsel and we have the Knight. All righty. Okay. Then we have Boundaries. And we have Intimacy. Okay. All right. And then these three tarot are the Hierophant. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Moon. Okay. So what I'm wanting to do, I want to pull on this block here, on this frustration. Tell me about this frustrating energy for the Knight and the Damsel that are Starborn. Okay. What is the blocking energy? The Avenger. It's interesting here because I'm feeling the Avenger can be the Damsel or the Knight. Mirroring energy for sure. The Moon speaks to me of almost a psychic connection between you two. Very strong bond between you two. Very much past life energy with this one as well. I do think there's an issue with boundaries, hurt feelings. I think one of you is extremely sensitive, and it's probably part of your gifts. Probably one is more sensitive than the other, but you don't let on to it, do you? You don't let them know that you're sensitive, do you? No. It is probably blocking this emotional intimacy. You are not being emotional. Okay, I got you. I got you. You're not being emotionally vulnerable to this person. It's like the playfulness is cool, the passion is cool, but you don't feel emotionally safe in this relationship. We have Destination Nowhere, promises a magic carpet ride, but leaves you stranded on a dead end street after they finished with you. Okay, so I feel like in this relationship, when you attempt to open up, you're met with a dead end. Like, for whatever reason, this person seems to vanish on you emotionally. Like, they become emotionally unavailable. Maybe they're tired. They're like, oh, I'm so tired. I have to lay down. Or, oh, I have a meeting. Or, oh, I can't talk about this right now. There's always a reason. It always seems like it's your bad timing. But listen, honey, it can't be your bad timing every single time. Okay, it just can't. The truth is that through this mirror of self and each other, you're revealing to this person that they are not emotionally available, that they say they want the depth, but in order to have depth with you, they're going to have to really go there because you are Starborn. You're the real deal. They're not going to get this kind of depth with everyone. And you are worth this work. This relationship is worth going the distance. It's worth the deep dive. Look at the moon pulling someone out of this water by the hand. It's worth going deep. It's worth it. It's worth it to grab the hand of the moon goddess. Because there's this big possibility of deep intimacy, of like a lasting bond, trust, companionship, artistic expression. One of you or both of you who have this artistic gift or psychic gift, whatever this is, together you can expand your gifts and abilities. There's an expansion here of consciousness between these two souls. However, it all is birthed through this depth that is gained in this relationship. And I think it feels like the feminine is aware of their need. This isn't just a need, this is a thirst, a hunger for emotional depth. Okay, this is someone who has been neglected emotionally on some level at some time, and they're hungry to connect deeply with somebody, but they're also cautious. They're very cautious because this has happened time and time again. And I feel like they're running out of energy to keep putting into it. Like they're running out of strength to keep trying. They need something back. It's like you need to get something back from this person in order to keep going. And so far, you haven't really, or at least you feel like you haven't. Tell me more about this blocking energy for this couple. Tell me more about this blocking energy. Okay. Destination addiction, always on the next best thing and neglects what is right in front of them. Okay, I feel that. And we have bait and switch, promises dreams but leaves others drained. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this person, I think it feels like this Knight of Wands energy, they want to really be there for you. They want this emotional depth, but I feel like they don't really know how to make it happen. They don't really know how to go there. So they say things like, yes, I want this. Yes, I want to go deep. Yes, I want this deep intimacy with you. I want to be there. But when it comes down to it, they say a lot of things. And then there's some distraction. There's something distracts them. Something takes their attention away. I feel like it feels like the feminine energy here, it's not gender, it's energy, needs attention. There's a need for attention here. And I feel like there's a partial withdrawal of energy. Someone is withdrawing their energy in this connection because of the boundaries here. It's almost like, I'm hearing that song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? It's like an 80s song. I feel like there's someone deciding, should I stay or should I go? Should I continue to invest in this connection, or is it time for me to move on? Tell me about it. We have the Star. And I feel like there's a lot of hope in this connection. This person is willing to do the work, but I feel like there's confusion if the other person is, right? It almost feels like one person is giving more than the other. And it's not that the masculine energy doesn't want to give. It's like they don't know how. They don't know how. It's like they're going to have to be shown what you need. You're going to have to tell them what you need. You're going to have to be very specific. We have the Three of Cups here. You're going to have to be very specific. Queen of Pentacles here. This is a joyful connection. You know, we're getting into the blockages here, but I don't want to downplay the joy and passion of this connection. Okay, the happiness here. We have the Hierophant, which can very much mean contracts. It can mean marriage, things like that in the future. But I feel like the Starborn wouldn't even consider a marriage or contract situation without intimacy, without an understanding of emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual boundaries. And I think the passion and playfulness is cool, but there's an emotional connection that is lacking here. But there's hope. There's hope in this connection. At the end of the day, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is our independent queen, a healing queen, a stable queen, but nonetheless, she is independent. Okay. So I want you to know, if you decide to not continue this, that you're going to be okay. You're going to have other connections come in. All right. If you decide to stay, you're going to have other connections come in. All right. There's going to be other people that come towards you. What I think is really important here is for you to focus on yourself in this connection. I think in order to teach this person how to treat you, you first have to show them by doing, by treating yourself well. I think you need to have some very active conversations about the times when you attempt to open up and they do not respond. I feel like there's a lot of promises here without a lot of action. And it's because this person, this Knight energy, doesn't seem to know how to put it together. And I feel like there are times that you literally feel left, like abandoned. And you kind of feel alone at times in this relationship. Like the person's just, their energy is just gone. Because you're very sensitive to energies, and you can kind of feel when someone's energy is just out of there, right? Or their focus is elsewhere. And I would tell you this, that sometimes we just need a little break. Just a little break. It doesn't mean you break up with them. It just means that, for a couple of days, maybe y'all spend less time together, right? It helps you get perspective. Also, I feel like with the Queen of Presents here, the Three of Cups, and the Star, I feel like the advice here is for you to really focus on yourself and your connections and the things that make you happy, instead of allowing this relationship to be a focus or the only focus. Work on your career, work on your school, work on, your hobbies or whatever. Change your focus from being so focused on this person. It will help give you clarity. Okay. It will give you some peace about this connection and the future of it. Because I feel like for you in particular, it really is up to you. Because I feel this energy of like, should I stay or should I go? I don't know. It's fun. It's happy. Listen, if it's fun and it's happy and it brings you joy, then perhaps it's worth investing in long term. But in the meantime, there's nothing wrong with you taking some time for yourself, taking a break and getting clarity. Also, to be the devil's advocate, maybe passion and playfulness isn't enough. Maybe you require depth, and perhaps this person isn't capable of that depth that you need. And if that's the case, then it's better to know now than later. It's better to cut your losses and move on, to find someone who can be emotionally intimate with you. So you can find someone who will help you blossom and grow in your life in the areas you want. And it doesn't mean you have to give up playfulness and passion. You can find that in someone else. It really, I feel like for you guys, group 2, it really is about what you are willing to do for your partner. Like, what are you willing to help them learn? Are you willing to help them grow? Are you willing to teach them what you need? Are you willing to be patient with them? Because the Queen of Pentacles is patient, and she's a healer. She's very stable, but slow moving. Okay. And this person with these I feel like I'm getting the same message here. Like, they talk a good game, but, when it comes down to it, they don't really know. I almost feel like they're confused about what it is you want. What do you mean when you say emotional depth? What does that mean? So you may have to completely define this, okay? What does this mean, that you want, you need more attention? Or what do you mean when you say a meeting of the heart? What does that mean? What does intimacy mean? I just feel like there may be someone here who is not very experienced when it comes to emotional depth. And I feel like the Starborn is headed towards a area or a level, a reality in life where the depth of a relationship becomes much more important, especially with a higher purpose. I feel like this message came out in a Lilith reading that I did recently, and messages from Lilith. I can't remember which group it was, but your balance in your personal life becomes very important when you start doing things for the collective. When you're called to do, like an artist, you're called to do creative things that affect a lot of people, or psychic things, or whatever it is. Okay. So I feel like your personal relationships are very important for your purpose. Okay. And because of that, I feel like this decision is kind of yours. What is the future of it? What do you want it to be? Do you want to go deeper with this person? If you are you willing to do the work with them? Are you willing to be patient? Do you have the patience? Do you have the energy for this? Just be honest. It's okay. It doesn't make you a bad guy. It doesn't make them a bad guy if it doesn't work out. Okay? It just makes it what it is. It makes it real. I did talk about this in the first group, and it feels like there's a lot of preconceived notions and illusions about relationships that are disappearing. Okay? They're crumbling. And the realities of relationships are bubbling to the surface. And some of those realities are less than fulfilling. And we're becoming aware of them because it's as if the universe, guides, etc., are bringing them forward so they can say, so this is what you're dealing with. So if you want this kind of relationship with this person, if you say emotional depth, emotional intimacy, if you really want that, then these are the boundaries. These are the issues you have to work with. And you have a person here who, first of all, needs a definition of emotional intimacy, needs a definition of intimacy. And that can be hard. That can be a hard thing to explain to somebody. It's easier to show them, right? It's easier to just kind of do it and have them be receptive. But I feel like in some aspects, this person's a little bit in denial of their emotions. I don't want to say they're emotionally unavailable because there is passion here. There is playfulness. There is, what does it say? Let your friends help you. Like there is good emotions here. Okay, there's friendship. But this is emotional. And what I'm feeling for some of you is that, is this a friends with benefits situation? Is that really what this is? Or is this the depths of love? These are questions that your guides would like you to answer. And they're only questions that you can answer. And there's no judgment on your answers, you know. There is the Hierophant here. So there is possibility of longevity. But with the moon, there are aspects here that are hidden. There are things that are hidden. I feel like they're emotions, hidden ideas of self that are lurking beneath the surface, that are waiting to be discovered. And it's not going to happen overnight. This is work, okay? And I feel like you have to decide if you want to do this work or not. All right? Okay, group 2, let's get your initials, letters, and charms. Hey, group 2, these are going to be your letters, your initials, and your charms. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates here. I'm going to read off your initials, your letters for you. We have IBYANTOM, GFDOKPYO, TNSGXEEFY. This is the most initials I've gotten in a long time. Of course, I'm just concentrating on the charms and initials that fell on the actual obsidian mirror that is inside this frame. Okay. Now these could be initials of your person. This could also be a screen name initials. Yeah, I just wanted to insert that there. We got a lot of charms here. We have this little bottle here, and this feels like obsidian. I have a little bottle of obsidian crystals, and that's what this feels like. And we have this little broom here, and I think it's really important that you clear your energy, especially after you deal with this person and before you deal with this person. I feel like it will help you get clarity about where to go. And I feel like if you don't have clarity about your next step, then don't do anything. Okay, wait till you have clarity. There's no rush on this situation. Okay, there's no rush. There's no there's no time crunch or time period on um, when you have to have this done. I am not sure what this is. I am just not sure what this is. This is making me feel confused. I feel like there's just a lot of confusion in this connection. And I feel like listen, when I get really confused about something, for me, a lot of times I get really quiet. I get really quiet. I get really observant. And I kind of try to start honing in on my own internal gut feeling and what kind of conversations am I having with myself about the situation. Um, and we have a tower here that's on its side. And, you know, people think, towers are bad. They can mean loss and things like that. And of course, but towers can also talk about transformation, transforming a foundation in your life, a foundational relationship in this situation. It may be time for change. It may be time to usher in change. It may be time, sometimes people come into our life for a season, and sometimes people come in our life to stay. And it's hard to let go, but you don't want to hold on to something if we've gone as far as we can go with it, right? And we have a little sewing machine here. And I feel like with this little sewing machine and the thread, you can't, if it's broken, it's broken. You can't keep trying to mend it together. You can't make someone become something they're not. If they're not willing to work on it, if they're not willing to meet you halfway, if they're not willing to grow with you, then it may be time to let them go, okay? This is something you have to reflect upon, all right? It really is. It's a personal decision about how much effort you're willing to give to this person, because I feel like they're a sponge, okay? In so many ways, they're a sponge. And it's not that it's a bad sponge. It's just a sponge that's going to have to be kind of taught what you need and how to love you, okay? And hopefully in return, they will teach you how to love them better. I do get a sense for some of you, though, that this person, the playfulness, they have a very flirty nature that might at times make you a bit paranoid, okay? And if that's something that you can't let go of or have a hard time with, then that, again, may be a deal breaker. We have the number 6 here presenting, okay? And I'm feeling like 6 is for me, it's a number of like the material world, okay? So what I'm going to tell you is, if you see something that's a red flag, believe it, okay? If this person has shown you who they are and they're insensitive and unfeeling, and you've tried to talk to them and it's like a stone wall and there's no change, then believe it. That's who they are. And for whatever reason, they're not willing to grow. So perhaps it's time to let them go, as hard as it may be, okay? Now, if this is someone who you've spent time with and you've invested time with, and they are willing to change or willing to grow with you, and whatever is the case, then it may be time to start looking for the signs of growth. And if they haven't shown any growth, if the relationship isn't showing any signs of growth, it may be time to reconsider or have another conversation. You have to ask yourself, how many conversations are you going to have? I'm being real with you, okay? This is the reality of real relationships, not pretend, not how it should be or how it looks to other people, but reality. For some of you, we have a wreath here. For some of you, I keep getting there's something about Christmas time, something happened at Christmas time that kind of left a bad taste in your mouth. Things didn't go well. And or something in wintertime happened and it feels emotional. It feels like somebody let you down emotionally. It could be about a gift or like Valentine's Day or something where, because we have a heart here, maybe you didn't get a gift. Maybe you didn't get didn't have any romantic affirmations. Maybe you weren't made to feel special. And irregardless of holidays, it's important to make your partner feel special. And if you don't feel special, then that can be a real problem. So it really is on you what you want to do and how much energy and time you want to put into this. I suggest you take some time, do some clearing, and focus on you and see how things unfold. Okay? All right, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected the Siren. This is going to be your reading all about what is the future of this love connection. Now, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Be sure to stay tuned to the end because I'm going to get letters, initials, and charms. All right, so the Siren here is a sexy card. Okay, sexy, sensuality, the kind of energy you kind of want to get lost in, but it's also very transformative and extremely deep. Okay, so let's go to the other cards that came out for you and we'll find out all about what is the future of this connection. We're also going to pull on the blocks as well. So, all right, we have wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Okay, so patience. Just what you wanted to hear, right? Patience. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Okay, so there are some things going on that are out of our control. We just kind of have to go with the flow. And I know that's hard sometimes, especially when life is crazy. All right, we have forgiveness. Oh. All right, so there's some hurt feelings here. We have teacher, and we have victim. Oh my. Okay, so there's somebody in this connection that definitely feels like either they've been victimized in the connection or they've been victimized by trauma in their life. But there's definitely this energy of like, some bad shit's happened to me. Okay, so I have baggage. All right. And I feel like this relationship has come forward to kind of help teach this person about love. Okay. Again, the Siren energy is very transformative. Also irresistible. I feel like there's an irresistibility about this connection. It's like delicious. You want more of it. You can get lost in it as well. Okay. Let's get some more of these oracle cards. We have take a leap of faith into the unknown. I feel scared. Just forgiveness here. I feel like there's hurt feelings. Here. Fall in love when you're ready and not when you're lonely. Okay. I feel like you're unsure about this person. You're just unsure. A lot of that's coming from this victimization energy here. We have honeymoon. Okay, there's sweetness here. We have express your love. Okay, we have getting to know each other. All right, and we have trust. Oh, you got trust issues. Group 1 had trust issues too. Okay, we have strength. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have the Queen of Cups, the most sensual card in the deck. There is definite trust issues here, and this stems, it feels like, from trauma. And I almost feel like someone is trying to kind of like steamroll through the issues and kind of like, I give up. Like it's easier to give up than to work through it. It's easier just to let it fold. But this connection is so sweet and there's so much promise here. But there's a need to forgive. Probably forgive your person, because I feel like there's some kind of misunderstanding here. And I feel like your feelings were hurt. Just take what resonates here. Okay, somebody's feelings were hurt. Somebody was insensitive, or felt ignored or looked over or betrayed in some way. Wasn't chosen. They chose to do something else instead of choosing to do something with you. And although it feels minor to the other person, to you it's major, because you're watching. You're paying attention to this person, everything they do, their decisions, everything they do, and you're basing your trust for them upon that. And they have no idea. And I feel guides coming in screaming, wait, 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 don't abandon this. That's what I'm hearing. Don't abandon this out of fear. Don't abandon this. This is about you learning to forgive and taking the leap and trusting someone. Tell me more about this connection. What are the toxic traits here? We have hot and cold. Makes others walk on eggshells due to their inconsistent behavior and reactions. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that your person might feel like emotionally you're inconsistent. Okay. And that's not a read on you. Okay. A lot of us, me included, who have trauma, can appear very inconsistent, okay? Because while everyone else is busy just living a normal life and reacting like normal people react to the world, we have a whole kind of conversation going on underneath the normal reactions that we're gauging. And sometimes that conversation we're having causes us to act in ways that are hot and cold. You know, we pull back when we're hurt. We don't just pull back a little. We pull back a lot, don't we? But then again, when we are hot for somebody, we're just full force, right? And the temperature of warm is hard for us to get to. It's hard for us to simmer at warm. It's hot and cold. And I feel like there's a need here for balance with you. A balancing of your energies, and you may have Scorpio here, okay, where you tend to kind of hyper focus on things too, and that doesn't have to be a Scorpio trait. But I feel like you also may feel that you're not able to speak your truth to this person because you're afraid they're going to hurt your feelings again. And honestly, honey, if you're afraid to speak your truth or talk about your feelings with your person, that's a huge red flag, okay? And I know that you don't want it to be, but not talking about it and not facing it won't make it better. The only way to make it better is to have an honest conversation with your person, okay? It's important that you pick the right time and that you're in the right space, all right? So you don't want to be reactive. You don't want to be angry, okay? You want to talk about feeling uncomfortable talking about your feelings and opening up with this person. If they are not supportive and react to you in ways that nurture you and give you comfort and give you safety, that is a huge red flag, honey, okay? And it is what it is. And I know you don't want it to be that way. But sometimes when we go deep with the siren energy, we find things we don't like. Now, that doesn't mean you have to trash everything, okay? But it does mean that the toxic behavior has to be worked on. You know, we all have toxic behavior. Perhaps you're recoiling and pulling your energy back from the connection is part of what makes this person not be able to give you the things you need. It makes it where they're not trustworthy or you're not getting what you need from this person, okay? Also, the non-giver holds back emotion and affection in order to have the upper hand, or they simply do not have empathy. Okay, so I feel like you hold back your emotions. You hold back information from your person, okay, because you don't trust them, because you've been a victim. Listen, and this isn't like shame on victim mentality. I don't do that over here, okay? because I feel like owning the title of being a victim is empowering, because it means that thing happened to you. It really happened to you, okay? And you kind of have to take that all in. It's empowering because you're coming to terms with the fact that those things happened to you. You're no longer disassociated from it. But I feel like in this connection, going deep within yourself, you become aware more of your own needs, your own wants. The thing is that you can't get your own needs met, your own wants met, if you can't be open with someone. If this person has hurt your feelings or made you feel that you cannot share with them because there's been some kind of hurt here, that's a major block, and it's going to require you to leap towards this person. You're going to have to decide. These two cards here, I think, sum it up. Take a leap of faith into the unknown, or fall in love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. Are you here in this relationship because you're lonely? Or are you in this relationship so you can grow with this person? Are you in this relationship because you're deeply in love with this person, you want to grow with them? Or are you in this relationship because you're lonely? It's important to reflect on those things and to accept your relationship for what it is, okay? Now, I feel like, if we are aware that we have had this heavy baggage, also know that you are very strong. You have a lot of strength here. You have the ability to make this leap, okay? But I feel like you need to make sure you're leaping with the right person. You need to make sure that your person's consistent as well. If they are not consistent with you, that's a red flag. And I can feel it within you. Like, I don't want it to be a red flag. Just because it's a red flag doesn't mean it's over. It means there's probably something here to work on. Express your love, honeymoon. There's a need here to talk to each other, to connect. What do you do in a honeymoon? Well, we know what you do. But you connect. You connect as man and wife, or husband and wife, or spouse and spouse, however you want to put it. It's not a gender thing, okay? But you connect deeply with your partner, okay? You become that unit, so to speak. And I feel like for you, there is a need here to connect more deeply. But in order to do that, the leap has to do with this forgiveness. Can you forgive the hurt feelings, the misunderstandings? Can you forgive that? If you can't, that's okay. It doesn't make you, I've said this in every group, but it's true. It doesn't make you a bad person if you can't forgive someone for hurting you emotionally, or hurting your feelings, or overlooking you. That's just where you're at. And it's just who you are. We have to stop judging ourselves and each other for where we are on our journey, for where we are as human beings. We're just being real. We're all fragile. We're all vulnerable. We're all broken in some kind of way. All right? And it's just where you are. And, the people who love you will understand, and they'll be there for you. This person will be there for you if they love you and understand you. But they can't understand you if there isn't conversations and meeting of the minds here. We have the Seven of Wands. And what I'm feeling like is a defensiveness here. Like, I feel like the person who got hurt is very defensive. They're withdrawing their energy. And you can't engage in acts of trust when the energy's been withdrawn, because there's no energy to act upon. It's not there. And the thing is, if you're withdrawing energy to punish, it's not going to work out like you think it is. It's going to actually kill the connection. If you're withdrawing energy to give yourself safety, that's a whole other conversation. If you feel that unsafe with your person, you need to talk to them and tell them, I'm withdrawing my energy because I don't feel safe here. I don't feel okay. open up the doors of conversation. But the thing is that if you want to move towards forgiveness, you can't keep opening up that box of worms. You can't keep rehashing the past. I'm not saying that to not talk about it. I'm just saying you can't come at someone with the same dirt over and over and expect a different result. Okay? They know what they did. If they don't, you need to tell them. Okay? But if you've talked to them, don't continue to berate them with it. Okay? If you want to grow as a couple and you want to keep this relationship, then it's time to heal. It's time to forgive. I feel like that's the reflection here. Can you forgive this? Can you reflect on this and forgive this? And I think that's why Wade is here. I feel like your guides are like, don't do anything rash in this connection. Wait. This is about you learning to forgive and going deeper. Because here's the thing. If you don't forgive this person and you move on, this may happen again in a different way, but in a different relationship. And you may find yourself in the same place, just with a different person. Asking yourself, can you trust this person? Can you forgive them and start building trust again? Now, I'm not talking about toxic relationships. I want to be clear. This is not a toxic relationship. This is just a relationship that has issues. Every relationship has issues. There's an idea of perfection in relationships that is just lies. Every relationship has issues, okay? I feel like you have not received a lot of support in your life. And at times you remanifest that in your life, whether the person really isn't supportive or you project that onto people. Like, you may have these unrealistic expectations of people, and they're unrealistic, so people are set up to fail. And so they always fail you. So it fulfills this kind of internal dialogue you have about no one will ever be there for you. No one will ever be able to love you. It fulfills that. Like, you set people up to validate the negative tapes and conversations and self-sabotaging energy you have about love. So it takes a brave heart to say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to forgive. And I'm going to move forward and I'm going to try to go deep with this person. And if it doesn't work out, at least I was courageous. And I allowed this relationship to teach me how to forgive. I allowed this relationship to teach me to accept things as they are and grow from the experience. I allowed this relationship to teach me how to trust myself more and how to express love in positive ways, love to myself and love to others. It's a shifting of a perspective on romantic situations and self-love. All right, group 3, let's get you some letters, initials, and some charms. Okay, group 3, these are going to be your letters, your initials, and your charms. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. These could be your initials, their initials, a screen name, initials of a screen name, a place you work, a meaningful word. Just take what resonates. We have EIFCTAHMZDIGDGXK. I'm just focusing on the charms and the letters that landed on this actual obsidian mirror that's right here in the middle. We have quite a few charms that landed on the mirror. I want to focus on this wand, this magic wand here. Okay, because I feel like group 3, after that little conversation we had, that you need to know that there's something very special that is manifesting for you. I didn't get this for any other group. Okay, this is you and me. There is something very special manifesting. I feel like it's something you've been working on. This could be love, okay? This could be that your relationship is going to go far deeper than what you think. We have 4 here. 4 is a stabilizing number. I'm also feeling the number 22 as well. 22 is a master number, okay? I feel magic is afoot for my group 3 here. And we have a raven, a blackbird, if you will. I'm feeling Hecate's energy as well, gathering around this particular group. We have a skull, a bird skull, and another broom. I'm feeling like you need to clear your energy often. I mean, a couple of times a day. Okay. I do, with this shell here, this is my gossiping shell. I do feel like people are talking, but I don't feel like this is bad gossip. There are people in places you're not aware of talking about you. Okay. I do feel like this also could be your person talking about you to people, but it feels good. I'm honestly going to tell you, group 3, I feel like your person actually has so many deep emotions for you. I also think they're scared. I think there's something about you that is scary because you are deep here. You're a very deep, deep well. And I feel like there is something overwhelmingly special about your light. Then we have this little, kind of reminds me of a tarot card here. It's got an eye on it. Here, your person may be getting tarot readings. Maybe you've gotten tarot readings that have come out and told you about this person. But I feel like with the sewing machine, I'm feeling like there's something very special that's being created just for you. Okay. And you may be having a really hard time. We have this cat. I can't remember what they call it right now. Catechus? Anyway, this medical symbol here, you may be having health problems or just be struggling in general with mental health. You may be having some depression. You may not be feeling quite like yourself. You may be feeling all off kilter. You guys may need to work on your chakras, okay? But while you're dealing with this energy, I want you to know the universe is maneuvering something very special that you're manifesting, okay? It's a gift, and it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a very magical surprise for you. And it could be that this person that we're talking about, actually this relationship is going to transform and get very deep. Now, for others, this has to do with something related to work, something you've been trying to manifest. So it's going to be different for different people. But it's like the universe, your guides want you to know that something special, you're not forgotten. I feel like a lot of you guys are feeling, down and depressed and maybe feeling overlooked and undervalued and overworked, perhaps drained. And the universe is just like, no, we have a shooting star. No, there is something amazing coming towards you. And it's just important that right now you really take care of yourself and you clear your energy often. Don't get in your head about your relationship. Don't get in your head about your job. This is a moment where you lean into your journey and you trust your path. You trust where you've been and where you're going. You trust that the universe is going to unfold as it's meant to be. Okay, and we have this weight. You may be feeling like you've been stuck in this energy of like pause, of waiting. And things aren't moving as quickly or like you like. And literally, some of you guys just feel forgotten. You feel forgotten by your person. You feel not important. And I feel like this is a sign to you to work on your chakras, balance your energy, get some clarity, clear your energy, okay? And just wait for the universe to unfold this for you, okay? Now, the scissors didn't land on the mirror here, but they're touching it. And I feel like for some of you, there are cords to cut. Perhaps you have cut cords. Those cord cuttings are manifesting energetically. So that means that you've made room in your life for new things. You may feel weird and depressed because the cord cuttings are manifesting. Okay. And so that person's energy isn't in your life anymore. You have this person here. You may be thinking about cutting the cord with this person. And I feel the universe is telling you to pause, to wait. If this is your person, to not cut them out yet. You may have a way of dealing with people where you go no contact. And that can be a healthy way of dealing with toxic people. However, I feel like this isn't exactly, for most of you, this isn't a toxic situation. This is just toxic behaviors that we all have that we're learning how to deal with, and we're learning how to communicate so we can grow. So you're being asked to pause before you act, to reflect, to clear your energy, and to know there is magic afoot. And the universe is moving on your behalf behind the scenes, and those things are going to manifest for you. Watch for the number 4. Okay. Watch for ravens. Okay. Also, I'm getting like scissors and sewing machines. For some of you guys are symbols or signs, which I have never gotten that before, but you know, it is what it is. I do think for some of you, your person is getting tarot readings on you. Okay. So that's just for those of you who that resonates with. All right. Okay, group 3, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.